Hey, everybody. Hey, hey, hey. Come on in. Come on in. Listen, if y'all hear some background noise, kids are outside playing. Um, they can be quite loud sometimes, but it's all good. Come on in. Come on in. And as you're joining, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, let me know where you're watching from. Tonight, I want to talk about something that might surprise you. So, tonight, the title of the conversation is The Financial Decision That's Costing You More Than Debt. Okay. Now, when most people think about financial problems, they immediately think about debt. I mean, for the most part, who wouldn't, right? There are way too many of us here in these United States and probably elsewhere as well who are having issues with debt, right? Credit cards, loans, student loans, car payments, personal loans. I mean, the list can go on, right? And while debt can absolutely create challenges, I've discovered something after years of coaching women and teaching financial stewardship. Many people, are you ready for this? Many people are losing far more money because of one simple mistake. And this simple mistake actually does feed into the debt problem. But we have to start getting at the root of things, right? So that because we're good for trying to slap a band-aid on something or trying to treat the things that we see at the surface. But there's this one simple mistake that people are losing a lot of money on. And that is they haven't decided what matters most. Now, I know when you hear me say that, you're going to be like, it can't be that simple. But yes, it is. It is that simple. Let me explain. Every day we make financial decisions, right? What you buy, what we save, what we invest, what we ignore, what we prioritize, right? And the problem is that many people are making those decisions based on emotion, based on convenience, based on pressure, based on comparison, right? Or urgency instead of intentional priorities. Now, I want you to ask yourself to think about purchases that you have made, even over the last week, right? And when you made that purchase, how did you make the decision to make that purchase? Right? Was it based on emotion? Right? I'm just happy today. So I'm going to, just spend some money. Or the opposite, right? I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm tired, I'm frustrated. I'm just going to go spend some money. Right? Or did you pay for something just for convenience? Right? Oh, I just don't feel like doing all this cooking today. It's just easier if I just go buy something, for the whole family. I know it's going to cost about a good 40, 50, $60, but that's all right because this is quicker. I'm tired, right? Did you make some decision based on pressure, right? Because something happened and something needed to be done right away, right? Or like I said, comparison, urgency, all of those things, right? So money comes in and money goes out. But there is no clear plan. There's no direction. There's no clear direction. There's no clear purpose, right? And that gets expensive. Okay. That gets expensive. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about like a leaky bucket. And these are the reasons why we have leaky buckets in our finances or holes in our pockets, right? Because there's no direction, there's no intentional planning and purpose, right? We plan and set goals and do all kinds of things for all other areas of our lives. But when it comes to money, we just feel like we can just be all over the place with it, right? Like we don't feel like goals are as important. Now you might be saying, oh, I have goals, right? I want to buy a house. That's a goal. Well, it's not a good goal, okay? You don't there's no timeline, there's no what kind of house, how much does the house normally run? What are the action steps that I'm going to take towards that goal every day? Like, so it's not a true goal, right? It's just a wish list and, something that you're hoping for, but it's not a goal, right? You don't have your finances set up in a way that is in alignment with goals because you don't have goals, right? And when you don't know your priorities, everything feels important. Everything is important. Everything has to have been paid for yesterday, right? Every sale feels necessary. Every opportunity feels urgent. And that's a good one. That's another one, right? Because we have opportunities presented to us all the time. Take advantage of this, um, become part of that, do this. Oh, this, we've got this thing that you can invest in. We've got, all these opportunities. But if our priorities haven't been set, if our goals haven't been set, if our funds haven't been allocated ahead of time, every opportunity is going to feel urgent. Every opportunity is going to feel like something you should be a part of, right? Every purchase is going to feel justified. And before long, you have spent resources that could have been used to build the future that you actually want, right? Many of us haven't actually even sat down and thought about what is the future that I actually want, right? We're not thinking about next week, let alone 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, right? And I can ask you, like, what's one thing that you wished you would have prioritized financially 5 years ago, right? And I've been there. The, place where I'm like, okay, I'm at this point in my life, and dang, I wish I would have 5 years ago had the foresight, right? To see this coming. Sometimes we do see the things coming, right? I'll give you an example. Like if you have children, you're probably going to encourage them to go to college or to get a trade or to do something, right? Start a business. And we know it's coming, but we don't prioritize for it, right? We don't prioritize for it. And then the time comes and we're like, oh my gosh, right? I don't have nothing. And now you're under the gun and now you're having to make decisions under pressure and all kinds of things. Or worse yet, look at your child and say, we can't do it, right? So here's a question I want you to think about. Does your spending reflect your priorities? Okay. Does your spending reflect does your spending reflect your priorities and values? Not your intentions, okay? And not even your goals in this instance, but what do you value? What are you prioritizing? And does your spending reflect that, right? I often tell my clients, like, your bank statements are going to reveal what you truly value. So I typically have my clients in whatever I'm doing, whether it's one on one, whether it's a group coaching, whatever the case may be, I will typically have them pull their three most recent bank statements and really go through them and look and see, first of all, before you even pull your three bank statements, make a list of what you value, make a list of your priorities. Then pull your three most recent bank statements, go through it and see what you spent your money on and whether it aligns with what you say you value, with what you say you prioritize, right? In most cases, people are finding that they are not aligned. They're saying one thing with their mouth, but they're doing another thing with their finances, right? So, from a kingdom perspective, stewardship starts with alignment. If Yah has called you to build, to produce, to multiply, and dominate, then your financial decisions should support that assignment. Your money should be moving you closer to your purpose. It should not be moving you farther away from it. And one of the things that I teach inside Financial Rebellion Foundations is that before you create a spending plan, before you talk about debt, before you talk about wealth building, you have to identify what your priorities are. You have to identify what your values are, because when your priorities and values are clear, your decisions become easier. So now I can get 10 opportunities that come across my desk, and I might turn all 10 down. Why? Because they're not in alignment with my values, with my priorities, right? Or I might decide, okay, this one and this one is in alignment. But I will not know if these opportunities are in alignment if I never sat down and determined what those priorities and values are, and then set up my finances in a way that supports that. Okay. When stewardship improves, then financial progress follows. That's the truth. Okay. And that's one of the reasons that I created Financial Rebellion Foundations. The next Financial Rebellion 90-day experience won't return until 2027. But I didn't want people waiting that long to begin learning these foundational principles. So we have the founding student pre-registration is open right now for Financial Rebellion Foundations. The regular price is $127. But founding students can enroll for just $69 using the coupon code FOUNDING25. Founding25. I'm going to drop this in the comments, and I think that only the comment will only post on YouTube. So after I finish the live, I'm going to have to come back and post it in the comments on Facebook and on LinkedIn. All right.